And I've been thinking a lot lately that there really is a lot of kind of business ideas that you could do. And there's a lot of small things here and there that you can actually do when it comes to business and not only products, but also things that you can do like that. Sip and paint is a brilliant idea. The perfume dispensary is a brilliant idea. I mean, I'm not someone that will probably get into that particular market again, but there is some super cool ideas that you can actually do. I know someone here in Portugal where what she does is she actually has an event every week at her place, and it's basically like she just has a band over her house. It's a really beautiful house, and she just charges people like $60 a ticket, and people get to meet each other from around the area, and she's doing extremely well, right? It's just a simple thing, but that's a completely different business, obviously. All right, so let's have a look at another one. Okay, so this is another one that I thought was super interesting. So basically, what Ben does is he does videos talking and showing the lamps that he actually really, really likes, right? And how it changes the room, right? The dynamics of the room. Now, again, I thought this was absolutely brilliant. So if we look at one of his videos, this one here, so let's just click on that. And you can see gray morning light versus, right, ambient light. So again, all he's doing is really just showing the different lights and how it can actually change the dynamic of the actual room with just simple lighting. Now, if you're someone that's in the light business, this could be a great inspiration to do videos, right? So if you imagine if you had your lamps or you had your lights in certain places, you can actually duplicate this and do this. And I think again, with video, it's a brilliant, brilliant way to basically reach as many people as possible, but just keep it as simple as possible, right? Before and after. That's essentially what he's doing is before and after. Now, if you have an Amazon product, you saw how simple this video was to actually create, right? So if you have anything that's impactful as this, create a video around it, right? Create a video around it and put it within your Amazon listing, right? It can be really, really that simple. We know videos are really, really big thing when it comes to marketing. If you look at kind of Facebook ads or video ads, even Amazon, we had Ash Rex talking about video on the Inner Circle probably about a month and a half or 2 months ago, and how he's utilizing a lot of video. And he was talking about doing up to 50 videos, just short, quick videos, and putting them on Amazon storefront because he said you pretty much have unlimited video availability and accessibility in terms of putting it into your storefront. But then he also runs a lot of ads through that. So I thought it was really cool. Is a cavoodle. There you go. Awesome. Now you probably won't bite your hand off then, mate. It should be all right. But you never know. Never know. Yeah, so I thought this was a really cool idea. Ben's doing, I think, is an awesome job with this. And I'm not even sure if he sells his own products or he's actually an Amazon affiliate selling other people's products. But it's definitely worth having a look at and seeing how he actually goes about it. So if you look, 32,000 likes in this one, this one, 22,000 likes when someone turns on the big light. And again, the branding is really, really cool. It's like a kind of a deco retro type branding. He looks like a bit retro guy. Um, and he just does videos like this, right? Super, super easy. So anyone could do this. You can do this. I don't think he even speaks in the actual videos themselves, right? So I think it's a cool idea. Has anyone actually seen this channel before or anything like this particular example? Who is this guy? I have no idea who this guy is, to be honest, James. I really don't have any idea who it is. I just came across this page and I'm like, hey, this guy could be cool as an example, right? So I think it's a really, really cool example to have a look at. All right. So another thing that we're going to look at is this particular brand, which is called Space Goods. Now, again, what I wanted to show you about this particular type of brand is the actual branding, right? Look at the branding. It's all very, very clear, instantly recognizable. They've done this kind of fluoro pinky hue, whatever you want to call it. But you can see the actual particular branding, even look at the images they actually use. So when it comes to building a brand, it is important. If you're looking at actually building brands, it's very important that you're noticeable, right? And one of the things that you can actually differentiate a product, and something we've spoken about a lot, is just purely branding, right? Just purely branding. So everyone could have, I mean, maybe you can do the RFID wallet this particular color. I'm sure there's a market for it, right? And it probably wouldn't be too expensive to test. Maybe you can do a RFID wallet that's a Harlequin, right? And then imagine your whole page of the RFID wallet is actually looking like this, right? Again, it's a different, and then your headline could be why have one color when you can have Harlequin has what, 9 colors, I think. Why have one color when you can have nine? Or 9 colors for the price of one, or whatever you want to do, right? But again, you can take this particular example and apply it to different things or different products, right? And I think it's always, as I mentioned, I think it's always a really good idea to do that. But also, a lot of these particular products, they're products that people will buy over and over again. And it's something that I've spoken about a lot. If you have a current product and that product doesn't lend itself to be bought over and over again. So let's say, for example, you sell a one-off product. What I probably encourage you to do is to think of a product that you could put with it that can be sold over and over again. So, for example, if you were selling lamps, for example, the lights and the lamps, maybe you'd think about selling, I don't know, maybe light bulbs. I'm not sure, maybe something like that around that particular thing, right? That could be an interesting idea. Or maybe you can sell different types of lights or light switches. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with that space. But anyway, just thinking of an actual idea that you could actually sell to your customer base over and over again is a really good idea. All right, so let's go to, and obviously, I mean, mushrooms have taken off, right? So, you can do microdosing mushrooms, magic mushrooms, and mushrooms have always been very good for you. Depends how much you take, of course. So seek medical advice if you need to, right? But in terms of different types of mushrooms, lion's mane, there's things like that. So I thought there was a really cool idea in terms of what they did. And again, this particular brand, there are companies that you can go to that already do all the mixes, right? They already do all the mixes. They actually specialize in helping people do private label stuff. And then they take these particular products and they rebrand them, and they probably all get it from the same supplier, right? And they do a really cool brand. But again, if you're thinking maybe like pet products or dog products, if you're selling birdseed, right, for example, for birds, imagine you did branding like this, right? It'd be super cool. So just think about that.